Guys, welcome to day 2. Look, I'll be honest, I may awkwardly do some weird singing every time I do a video. I cannot guarantee that this will not happen. Okay, so yesterday I did a quick little introduction and spoke about a few things about what we're going to do in here, how we're going to do it. I also gave you the homework exercise about what I want, and I actually filled one in. I will put my example in the group, because the way that I sort of tackle our emotions and our healing now, it's not in the way that I was taught in so many different modalities, where we go searching for things. And I know I briefly mentioned this yesterday, but I do really find the power is in the moment. And I'm not the first person to say that. I have heard that from many people, but it is so true. It is hard for you to feel something or move into an emotion or something when you're not in it. Yes, you can bring in the feelings of it and think, oh, this feels like this or this feels like that. But when you are in it, that's where the power is. So part of doing this very unfancy worksheet, I love creating worksheets. So for me, doing something as boring as this was so difficult. But anyway, I don't want people to get distracted by all the fluff and the, oh my God, look at this amazing worksheet. It's so beautiful. Because sometimes you look at things like that and it's like, oh, I don't want to write on it. Or, I don't know, you don't feel like you're actually doing work. But anyway, what I wanted it to represent was just simple, do this, not do this, write this. This is what we want. This is what we're doing. Because writing what you want and then writing everything that comes up about that in that moment will give you what you need to start working on the things that are stopping you from achieving that. Because ultimately, what are we here to do? We're not here to go, remember when I was 6 and that teacher was really mean to me and now I don't like people being mean to me because of the way she was? Like, that's not going to help you right now get to, I don't know, say you want a new car or something. That's not going to help you get to that. Oh, well, it could, but generally speaking, that's not the thing you should be working on. You should be working on the things that are directly linked to exactly what you want right now. So if you wrote, I want a brand new car, and then you started listing down everything about that, and I don't mean just writing down, oh, you don't have enough money, you'll never have enough money, you're not worthy of having a new car, blah, blah, blah. Not just that. I wanted you to write down anything else that came up with it. You could write down, I'd need to trade in my old one, or I'd need to sell my old one, or I really like the color green, or I want a new car like so-and-so, or people are going to think I'm so cool when I'm driving this car. Oh my God, I really want to buy this type or this brand because of just anything that comes up, like whatever it is, because that's the most important part. Because all the thoughts that you are having around whatever it is that you are trying to manifest is showing you where all your current beliefs lie, where all your current thoughts are, how you are currently thinking about whatever that thing is that you're trying to manifest. Because then what we're going to do is try and create a statement around whatever you've written. And that's what that second page was for us to really sort of get into a statement. And what I mean by that, so just say for instance, so I wrote on mine that I want 3 successful businesses. And I've done this really basically, I haven't gone too deep. And I am trying to read this without my glasses. So, okay, so for instance, like the first one I wrote out, that's too hard. So I created a statement. It's too hard to build 3 businesses at once. Now, it's funny that that was the first thing that I wrote. So to me, I'm looking at that as I have a belief, even though It may not be a belief that I'm solidly holding on to, because obviously if I want to create 3 businesses at once, then I don't fully believe that it's too hard, because I still want to do it. But somewhere in there for that to come up, I have the belief that having 3 businesses at once is too hard. And we could go look at that. We could go back to see where it came from, who told us that, why do we think that, blah, blah, blah. I could tell you many places where it came from, and we still get told this anyway, don't we? That you need to focus on 1 business at once. You cannot grow a business, more than 1 business at the same time. But I don't know if you're noticing that glitching. That is so weird. Well, it's not weird. Welcome to my world. So anyway, with that statement, it's too hard to build 3 businesses at once. What I would do with that statement is then think about that statement and see how that makes me feel. It's too hard to build 3 businesses at once. Now, a lot of what I do is based on how it feels in the body, how my brain is perceiving that statement, and if there's any other thoughts or feelings that are coming in when I'm saying it. Mostly the body will be a really good giveaway of how something feels, because you are going to notice different feelings when you say different statements. And if you are new to feeling energy in your body, this is going to be a brand new experience for you. But let me know and I can do a separate video, or I might actually have an old one I can link you to tell you more about that. But I'm pretty sure that most of you in here, if you have already done some healing work, you do understand the way that energy does feel in your body, and when we're saying things or doing things, how we will feel different things in different areas. So right now, if you said, I love my children, I love my dog, I love my parent, think of someone you love and say that statement and see how that makes you feel. And then think of something that you don't like, or someone you don't like, or a situation that you didn't like, and think about that, make a statement and see if you can feel the difference in your body. Because I know when I am saying different statements or recalling different memories, how differently they feel in their body. And the part of this process is linking that statement to this feeling in our body so that we can get rid of it. So obviously, like, me saying it's too hard to build 3 businesses at once is not going to be the most body shattering feeling. Like if I said, if I was recalling on a memory with my husband, that feeling is going to be so different to I want to build 3 businesses at once type statement. But it's still really good to feel into that and see if you are feeling it anywhere. And it doesn't always have to be like, oh, I feel it in my stomach, or oh, I feel it in my heart, my throat, etc. I don't talk about the chakras or anything like that. If you're someone who believes in that, you may find correlations between those centers in your body. It's up to you on how you feel things and how you are noticing them in your body. There's no, you must do it this way, and you must be able to feel it this way, and you must be able to see it this way. We're not doing that. It's really getting to the basis, your basis, your base reaction to these statements, and how your body reacts is going to be unique to you. So by going through these statements, see if you can find your differences and where you are holding them, how you're holding them, and even if you are feeling anything in your body, because don't worry, some of these statements may have zero reaction in your body, and they may just be things that we need to work on mentally. So relax if there's no feeling or no response for your body. I'm just going to go through some of these other statements that I wrote, And these ones aren't earth-shattering, but this is all just for the pure example of why we're going to do this. And we're going to get to all the other reasons and how, and link it all together. So trust me, I have a process. Well, a loose process, let's be real. Okay, so like another statement I wrote was, you can only focus on one thing at a time. Most people start with one business and build on that. You're stupid if you think you can have more than one business. If you start with one, then you can go back and link to another. It's funny, those last two I've heard from people, and even just saying them, I can feel that reaction in my body going, that's not true. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want to see if our body's going to react to it, because we have a part of our brain that is called our active experience, and that is where our current memories sit and already have a planned reaction in place based on previous experience. So when we experience something or when we learn something, the brain is going to remember the feeling, and it's going to remember the physical responses and steps to that new memory. So like when you're a child and you were learning to draw, we are being taught, you know, how to pick up a pencil or whatever, and how to hold it, how to write, and then we learn letters, etc. All those things are experiences that we learn along the way, and our body, using our five senses, allows us to correlate that thought, that idea, that instruction to something physical of what we're doing. And that's why you would have heard this from people, as they say, those first 4 years is so crucial to your development, because that's where you are starting to connect these pathways between your brain and the way your body reacts to it. That's how we are able to do our automatic responses, like me, oh look, scratching my nose, or me being able to pick this up without saying, Anna, pick up this piece of paper, or me saying, Anna, speak these words, or put these words together in a sentence, or, you know, write this down. I don't have to keep telling myself to do that, because now it's just become an automatic response based on that original experience. So we can also have all the other experiences, and that's the ones that we're going to really be looking at and working on. It's where we have experienced something, and now it is something that we either don't want to hold on to, or it's something that's affecting that we want to do in our lives. It's holding us back from something that we want to achieve. There's a whole range, and you know all this. You'll know why you're here and why we want to do it. But the thing is, it's a learned experience. So like, you think about you know, something really uncomfortable, or something that you didn't like that had happened originally. If it happened once, that created that experience. So just, I don't know, just say someone hit you, right? So someone went like this the first time, could be me when you were a child, and someone hit you, and there's going to be a lot around it. It's not just going to be the hit, right? The hit on the arm. It's going to be who hit you, what was your relationship to them, what was their mood when they hit you. Because you think about, like, if I just said someone hit you, that could be your friend going, oh my God, Annie, you're so funny. Or that could be a parent going, you're a naughty child, I hate you, and hitting you. Or that could be someone, you know, in the outside world who was trying to hurt you in some way. So it's going to take into account all those other things around it, the person, the situation, the mood, and then we're going to couple that with how it feels for you. So obviously your body is going to normally naturally react to something sudden, and I don't know, I'm not a scientist or a person who's going to be able to speak about every part of the body and how it works, but there is going to be some sort of reaction to your skin when someone is hitting it and when you are feeling that hit on the arm. So there's really going to be many different ways of how your body is going to experience that. And because you're going to be in that situation and you're going to be able to know, oh, this is my friend and they're just being funny and making a joke. So you're just going to be, you're an idiot, and maybe do it back. Versus if it was the parent trying to smack you because you were naughty, you're going to be fearful, you're going to be scared, you're not going to like that tone that's going to make you feel small. And what that does, that's going to create that experience in your mind where your brain's going to go, okay, so when someone hits you like that, that didn't feel good, because what happened was, just say it was the parent one, and I could feel that she didn't like it. She was feeling scared. She was sort of cowering, sort of shrinking. She was hovering away. It made her feel uncomfortable in her stomach. It made her feel a bit sick. She was in that sort of fight or flight mode of what do I do? What do I do? Do I fight back? Do I say nothing? Do I just listen to what they're saying and do what they do? And your brain's going to start putting all these bits together, right? And it's going to remember that. So when someone comes and hits you again, your body's going to go, oh, yep, we've done this. I know what to do. I know what to do, guys. Guys, I've got this. I've got this. Okay, we're going to be really scared. It's going to really hurt. We're going to feel sad. We're going to shrink. And then every time that something similar or something like that happens, that experience gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then even ones similar to that smack, so say someone punches you in the face, your brain's going to go, okay, so that's similar to the smack, so now we're going to link them together. But this one hurt a lot more, and this time they were really angry, so now we're going to push all these feelings and all these reactions together, and now we're going to turn it into this experience. Every time someone impacts that body in some way like that, this is how we're going to respond. And this is what happens to all these experiences that we have along our life, is that we draw them all in, we create the experience based on how we react physically and emotionally, and the brain just links it all together and puts things in categories and like its own little filing system. Well, this is similar to this and this is similar to that. And it's not just the bad things, it does it with the good things as well. So if someone's like patting you, oh, that's really nice. Same thing. They're going to start knowing if someone does that, well, that's really nice, and they will build on that as well. But part of that and what we are doing is we are then pulling out the pieces, by finding the statements relating to the thing that we're trying to achieve, so we can find the reaction within our body and in our brain so that we can eliminate, smooth over, change or adjust any of those experiences that our brain has already created. So if we've decided, okay, this is going to sound really weird, to say we like getting smacked, right? So we want to change that memory that getting smacked is no longer bad. So we would need to go into that, feel into that, and then use some of the tools and processes so we can change the way our body reacts to that, so it knows, oh, okay, I don't need to cower myself into this blobbering mess just because someone touched the surface of my skin. And while some of these examples that I've had, obviously for this one, is not going to be as intense in that this is all part of the process and why we are doing it and how we're going to get there. Because let's be real, it's not going to be these things that are going to stop me from running 3 businesses. It's going to be, remember when your dad said that you had to go to university, you had to go get a degree, you had to go follow this path, and now you're not, so you're going to fail, etc. I could be feeling like, oh, well, I didn't do what I was supposed to or what I was told to do, so I'm just going to fail. And what I would be writing then is, it's just going to fail like everything else that I've done. Whoa, speaking long. So get all your steps here and see if you can start writing some statements that we can really sort of test up into our body and see how they're feeling. I'm going to start putting some videos in here about something that I learnt about a few years ago, but only started really sort of tapping back into again recently, and it could be because of all the other work I've done, or because I'm so much more open to the way that everything works, that this now works on such a different level. There's a few different ways that we can release energy from the body. So I'm going to give you a few of those so that you can pick and choose and try different ones out. Even mix them up, because that's what I like to do, so that you can really find what works for you. And for me, it can flip and flop sometimes. Sometimes I will like doing this right now, and then I'll be doing this later on, or then I'll mix in a little bit of this and take a little bit of that out. So I'm going to start talking first about process healing, which is where we're actually talking to the subconscious, and we work with all the parts within the body to give us the relationship between us of when we're feeling these things, when we're saying these statements or recalling memories. We work with the subconscious to say, hey, this is not feeling so good. Let's find a way to, let's smooth this over or something, or let's not react in this way type thing. So I use that with a few other things as well to really sort of make sure that I am eliminating that physical response to the ideas and statements, so that they're not holding me up towards the goals that I actually want. So for today, I don't want to say homework, I hate that word, but if you want to build on your brain dumps of the information that had come through when you were looking at what you were trying to manifest, try and turn them into statements. See how you go with that. I put a video in there about starting to feel into the energy through process healing. Process healing, it might take a few videos. I am not going to give you the whole book study on it because it is a lot, so it will be the basics, but I do really want to get that background nice and solid for it, so it does make sense. And then I will give you some more other energy tools I use to release it from the body over the next few days. But for this week, I think if we start bringing in some of these different processes, start nutting out the statements, and by statements I mean your beliefs and ideas, etc. as well. So they may come up later on. You might start writing something, I want a new partner, and then you'll start writing all this stuff, and then later on you might get the thought of, you're too ugly, no one wants you, and you're like, wait, what? So just remember, some of those things may come up later on, so write them down as they come in, and just start noticing how they're feeling. And if you want to write any notes or anything about the responses that you're feeling, do that. You can put it in the group, etc. But I really want you to get in tune with feeling these things, because the only way we can release these things from our physical body is to actually feel them. So we need to get in touch with what they are and really identify them. And then as we start getting better at using the tools, and we start releasing some of those statements and those lines, there are going to be more that come in through and under it, but it'll become natural for you to really be able to see them in those different areas, to allow you to sort of facilitate their movement out of where you are. So focus on that. I'll put some more info in there. But good luck. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know.